Hey guys, it's Mommy Gaming. Today we're going to do something different. We're going to do an experiment on how evade works. This is going to be by parts. This is going to be the first part, like the experimenting, and then afterwards we're going to field test it, like what we did with Ziza's charm. But part of Ziza's advantage in PvP is the novelty of her skills. Like, nobody knows it yet, so they're not prepared. Since a lot of people are being, aware about her abilities, it's time that we change things up and we need to re-strategize how we go about things. So today I'm going to show you the tests that I made on how evade works and what's the best way to approach it. Maybe some say you can't do an evade build without Shiva cards, some say you can, some say you build it. So what's the real tea? What's the real shebang about it? So that's what we're going to look in today. Hope you enjoyed the videos, guys. So this is our first field test. We're only using MR cards here, no Shiva and no Excalibur, just using Cleansing the Mind and a Birth of New Life cards. Our Birth of New Life is at level 40 with 14% luck, and a 4% luck from Cleansing the Mind. And Mott here has no additional accuracy points. So first we're going to test how it is without buff. So 93% hit rate for Ziza and 70% hit rate for Ketone. This is without evasion buff or any accuracy debuff. And the next we're going to do some buffs. So Shadow Cast for Ziza, and we're going to use Utsusemi for Ketone here. This is level 1 Utsusemi and maxed Shadow Cast in play. So 51% for Ziza hit rate and 40% for Ketone. This is buffs plus the cards, and I think this is plus 15 evade from Ketone's mastery and plus 10 from Ziza. So now we're going to have a Steel Vision him to lower his accuracy and use or stack it up with some evade buff like Utsusemi and Shadow Cast again for Ziza to see how it works. So 7% for Ketone and 18% for Ziza. This is without Excalibur and side attack only. So that concludes our test number 1. So here's the second field test with Mont using Excalibur and with plus 24 accuracy with the same cards again, and no Shiva, just the 2 MR cards mentioned earlier for increased luck and evasion. We're going to do the same format where we're going to do normal attacks first without the buffs and without the accuracy debuff. So in this case 100% for Ziza, and we have 94% Ketone. Earlier I think it was 97% with Ziza and 70+% with Ketone. Now we're going to Steel Vision to see how it works. Sorry, I did Steel Vision first apparently, and cast Utsusemi. So we went straight ahead with that. Without evasion buff, 84% for Ziza and 31% with Ketone with Utsusemi. So we're gonna use shadow cast now. Oh, I think we're going to try a Steel Vision again and see if it stacks. Like if you cast it again, does the accuracy go lower? And we're still gonna use Utsu Semi to see if it has the same effect. And these are going to cast Shadow Cast. Again, max Shadow Cast and level 1 Utsu. So still 31% and 42% for Ziza. So doing Steel Vision twice does not stack or does not double the effect. It's still the same. So we're still having 31%. So that's the second test. Now we're moving on to the third test. This time we have a companion using Shiva card with plus 20 evasion, as you can see here, and with the same using Excalibur. And we're gonna bring Sir O for illusion buff. This illusion buff is just level 5, so it's highly negligible at this point. So we'll see how much Shiva affects how evade works or how things go, and if any of the claims that you cannot build an evade team without Shiva is factual at all. You have to check it out for yourself, you know. So let's see. Is there any big difference? So positioning our units just to check. So with Shiva card, 97%, which used to be 100%, so that's a 3% deduction. And that's a back attack, 74%, which used to be 90 something, I think, but that's a side attack. So yeah, still not that big of a deal. So we're using Steel Vision just to check. Front evade, Utsu Semi, and this companion does not have Utsu Semi. So this is actually one of those free companions. To test out the plus 20 evasion yourself, you can bring that free one. It has, you know, maxed Shiva. So we're casting Shadow Cast again. So testing it out, Shiva plus 7%. 7%. That's a front attack, not a side. So back attack is 26%. Testing it out with side attack, 11%. I think that's a pretty big, you know, thing. But that's only if you lowered his accuracy. Without it, I think it used to be like, I think 30 or 40. So it does contribute big if you manage to lower the Excalibur user's accuracy with the use of the Shiva card, but that's a plus 20 Shiva card, a maxed one. Without the debuff, there's pretty much no difference so far based on the test we just did. I think the biggest contributor to this would be where your character is facing, not the actual card itself. So let's see. 11% side attack. This is with Shiva card and accuracy, and accuracy debuff and 11%. Yeah. 11%. So we're trying out 5% for side attack here with stone throw. 26% for back attack. So that concludes our third test. So test number 4. This time we're going to try another accuracy debuff. I have a few tests actually I made that I did not include in this video, which includes using a non-accuracy sword and Shiva card. The results are pretty much the same, so I've decided to not include it in the video. There's no point in doing so. Also, illusion buff at level 5 really doesn't do that much different, so I've decided to also exclude that video. So this has more relevance compared to those other videos. Using blackout or trying blindness. Although Orlando has some it's not resistant to blindness, but since he has that blindness debuff, it's all about speed now, who goes first when it comes to that. So yeah, I did cast meditation just to get some of that bravery up, and I still couldn't. I think this is just issue with range, but yeah. And we're gonna cast blackout now. Excuse me. 24% blackout. I think blackout is faith-based, so that's why I increased my Frederica's faith to 66. We'll see how that goes later on as it goes up. With blackout, this is without buffs. I haven't put any buffs yet at this point. Oh, there we go. I think I'll be able to get a buff in first before I get hit. So Frederica has no buffs. And cut semi again. You can see here that blackout or blindness reduces hit to 0 and 65% for Frederica without buffs. Yeah, that's with blindness. Just to explain also, Ziza has 50% resistance to blindness, and Steel Vision is more effective. So that concludes test number 4. So to summarize all of our experiments today, evade buffs and evade points from equipment, vision card does half of the work for you. It doesn't necessarily guarantee your safety. I think the most effective, efficient way to evade things is actually to reduce the target's accuracy. It seems to be a much more effective strategy coupled with some evade buffs. And I think evade build is viable even without Shiva card. You can see it in our tests earlier it does provide some effect, but it's not that huge of a difference compared to when you do have skills that lessen the target's accuracy, namely steal vision and blindness, blackout, for some example. And one of the biggest factors also is your character's positioning. Are you facing your attacker? Are you facing your back against the attacker? What's your waiting position? So I guess the best strategy, the way I'm thinking it for ninjas in general, is to have a wall on your side. You know how the arena, there's this, the side has these walls. This, you know, puts or lessens the sides from which your enemies can attack, because there's a wall at this side and some other sides. So your positioning and debuff seems to be a more effective strategy in evading. Although having, you know, Shiva card and equipment does help, but it's not as effective. I mean, it is effective, but you gain bigger results with debuffs. So one of the units I'm planning to build with this mindset is Raryu. The reason being, his TMR has evade and grants blindness. It's perfect for Frederica. This would also mean that I would be sacrificing some attack points, which I think isn't really a big deal right now. I mean, I would have tactical advantage over than raw power for PvP any day. So yeah, I will be building Raryu. Actually, I want to show it now. Boom. Just to prove my point. Yeah. I will be maxing out Raryu to 99 for his TMR, because it will be amazing for an evade team, but I don't have his shards, so it's gonna take a while, sadly. And I think he's a very good character to build. Yeah, so that's where I am. And that's all, folks. I hope you learned something today. I'm really feeling under the weather. I'm a bit sick, so there will be no PvP matches. I will be doing experiments and trying to create my own strategy for PvP while I'm at it. So for now, yeah, I'll just be doing experiments, and once I feel better and the experiments are complete, I will be doing a field test on PvP itself and posting it on my channel. So give me your thoughts, guys, and leave like, subscribe, and leave some comments. I would like to thank everyone who left comments so far. I do appreciate you guys being here. It motivates me very much to do more content. So, you know, I would love to interact with you guys some more. So, have a nice day, guys, and stay safe and stay healthy. Don't be like me. Okay, bye-bye.